Hello everyone, nostalgic gamers and NES enthusiasts. Today I bring you a roundup of micro-reviews of some timeless classics. Are you ready to have a laugh among strengths, weaknesses, and some sarcastic jokes? Let's leave right away.
Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, the game where Mario started out as a carpenter, not a plumber. The plot? Simple, you save your girlfriend from the clutches of a giant ape who throws barrels at you, because obviously the escalators weren't enough for her. Advantage, a platformer that has set a precedent. Flaw, Mario seems to walk as if he just finished a marathon. You jump between platforms as gracefully as a refrigerator on wheels.
Donkey Kong Jr. Here's the sequel no one expected. This time it's up to Donkey Kong's son to save his father from Mario. Come on, Mario, what happened to you? Did you get revenge because the plumber cost you too much? Donkey Kong is one of the few games where you're actually a monkey climbing vines. Defects? The controls are tighter than a robot without oil. Come on, little monkey, move.
Popeye fighting over Olivia, collecting little hearts. The romance is a great example of how not to get beat up by Bluto while picking up randomly falling objects. Olivia keeps throwing stuff out of the sky like she's a great baseball pitcher. Who would ever do that in real life? Maybe she really wanted Bluto.
Mario Brothers. Before there were castles and Goombas, Mario and Luigi cleaned pipes. Only they didn't do it with a wrench, but with headbutts and punches. A simple concept that works, ideal for multiplayer. Defects? The Mario Brothers seem to move with the speed of a sloth on vacation. But hey, they're plumbers, not sprinters.
Nuts and Milch. Here's a game that very few have heard of. The story? It's not clear to us, but there are flying nuts and bottled milk. It's part of the NES weirdness category. Playing it makes you question the sanity of those who designed it, and those who play it. It's no masterpiece, but it definitely has its what the hell am I doing with my life charm.
F1 Race. Formula 1. On NES. You speed along tracks that seem to be drawn on graph paper. A racing game that tried to do the most with the least. The controls are so precise that a light touch on the D-pad could land you in Australia. If Schumacher had played him, perhaps he would have chosen tennis.
Pac-Man on NES, eat balls and escape from ghosts. The big question is, who the hell designed those mazes? It's the classic that everyone loves. Ghosts seem to read minds, or maybe they just have too cruel a sense of humor. How many lives have been ridiculously lost?
Mappy. A police mouse who has to steal the cat's treasures without getting caught, a strange but functional concept. The cats have an evil plan, they jump like kangaroos and follow you like stalkers. But Mappy is a hero, with the precision of an Olympic athlete, almost.
In CLU Land, you are a strange creature that explores mazes collecting coins, one of the most underrated NES games. The controls are a nightmare, you look like a ball that doesn't know how to turn corners. Congrats if you can figure out what you're doing after the first 5 minutes.
Excite Bike is the game where you can finally be a motocross rider, with tracks full of ramps and obstacles. Create your own tracks and watch the bike fly like a rocket. But be careful about engine overheating, it will make you stop more times than you would like. In other words, perhaps a scooter would have been better.
Tennis. The classic NES tennis game, simple, direct, and it works. The main flaw? Your opponent always looks like a professional, while you seem to have a racket that is too heavy. But hey, at least you can pretend to be John McEnroe on a bad day.
Ah, good old pinball. The pinball simulator that does its job. The physics of the ball are a mystery of science. It bounces as if it were made of foam rubber. Come on, Nintendo. A pinball ball should have a little more weight.
In Galaan, you are a spaceship that shoots aliens in perfect formation. Galaan is a space shooter that still has its retro charm today. But the rate of fire is so slow that you can almost go and make a coffee between shots.
Urban Champion. Ah, the street fighting game where you beat your opponent until they throw him into a manhole. It was one of the first attempts at a fighting game. Repetitive ad nauseum, and the cops appearing every 2 minutes make it more frustrating than fun. But if you want to vent some anger, it's still therapeutic.
And that's all for today, fellow retro gamers. Let me know in the comments which of these games made you laugh, cry, or throw your controller against the wall. Until next time, and remember, never underestimate the power of the NES.